Arrived. And we have arrived at the Palms Casino Resort for our special edition, Thursday edition of our Friday Night Fights brand. We will start with junior welterweights. Mahonri Montes, a Mexican with an Egyptian first name, 29-4-1, 25 years old. He has a 2-inch advantage in this fight going up against Ashley Theophane. Montes is 5'10", Theophane is 5'8". He's 34 years old, came in at 143 pounds. We have seen him before, originally from London, but lives and trains here in Vegas. An 11-year pro, 37-6-1 with 11 knockouts. It is time to see what the fighters need to do to look like a champ. It's brought to you by Just for Men.
Well, let's start with Mr. Montes. Get off first, then use your legs to get angles. And for Theophane, well, you're much bigger, more experienced with the better opposition, so you should be the boss, and you should bang downstairs to the body.
He's wearing the dark blue trunks, and he weighed in at 143 pounds. His record, 37 victories, 6 defeats, 1 draw, with 11 wins by knockout. Coming to us from Paddington, London in the UK, introducing Ashley Treasure Theophane.
Russell Mora is our referee, and they're scheduled for 10.
Okay, Trunks, you're good. Trunks, you're good. Gentlemen, I've given you both instructions in the dressing room. I want to remind you to protect yourself at all times. Acuérdense, quiero una pelea limpia. Remember, I want a clean fight. Protect yourself. Touch up. God bless.
Joe, Montes has been cut over his left eye in a couple of fights. He gets involved in head clashes. Something to look out for if they get a little billy goating going on, and maybe something on the inside for Theophane to worry about.
So Manuel Montiel, trainer Fernando Montiel's father, who trains Montes.
I always look for bad weather. You know, you look for storm clouds, dark, ominous clouds, and the way I look for weather is on the record of fighters that are fighting on our air. For Montes, I looked at he has a majority win. That means a close win versus a 12-23-1 opponent. That makes me worry about the weather for him. By the way, Montes has lost 2 of his last 4. Montes is 9 years younger. Theophane has lost that B-plus level, Joe.
Let him up. Let him up.
But I don't think Montes is at that level. We'll find out.
Couple times now we've seen Theophane try to land that lead left hook.
That can
Double
be
jabs
dangerous.
here.
That can be dangerous when you lead with a left hook right in front of a guy, because that right hand can get there before the hook can get there.
Sitting and waiting right there.
Yeah, straight beats round. We learned that in school somewhere. Already, redness around the face of Montes. I mentioned that he's been cut over that left eye in a couple fights. He's looking like a guy that has thin skin.
Montes with a left hand to the body there. 2-punch combination from Theophane.
And 3 punches if you count the one that Montes landed on himself.
Showing to Theophane that you didn't get me, but he very much did.
No
An opportunity
using,
with the right hand that time from Montes.
Joe, to your point, no usually means yes.
It's a complete confirmation for the judges. I never understood that with a fighter. When they give the grin, the shake off, or they hit themselves or pad their gloves together, you're telling the judge you were affected.
Exactly. Just in case the judge didn't realize it on their own. So far, Theophane winning this round the simplest way you can win it, with his jab.
Hands free.
And Moore needs to get involved on the inside here and potentially break him. Now they let their hands loose a bit. Step away. Good body punching that time on the inside.
Hands free, hands free. Hands free.
As we come to the end of round number 1, special edition of Friday Night Fights. Olympian and a pro, 1996 bronze, a teammate of Floyd Mayweather's.
Yes, and as you said, an Olympian bronze medalist, to be exact, in the heavyweight division in 1996, as you said. If you're younger, well, theoretically, you should have more energy. Montes needs to show some of that energy starting right now, 9 years the younger. Montes, you can see, has an inclination to give up his height. He's got the height advantage, the reach advantage, but you could just see, even after one round, that he's not really an outside fighter. He's looking to get inside, give up that height.
5'10", came in just under 143. Theophane 5'8", 143.
I'm not so sure that he wants to be inside Montes. When you think about it, he's the much smaller guy. First part of his career at featherweight, then junior lightweight. Now he's up to junior welter. Theophane has been a welterweight for most of his career. As I said, Montes just doesn't take advantage of his physical attributes on the outside.
More good work with the jab of Theophane. Now there's Montes on the inside, not much landing cleanly. Tried to place that left hand to the body again.
Theophane is picking his spots, using his legs a little bit. More dimensional than Montes, more options. Usually more options means more ways to win.
Glancing blow with the 1-2 and then trying to come back with the left hand. Now to the inside goes Montes.
What is this sense of trying to get inside, which obviously Montes is doing, if when you get inside, you initiate a clinch or accept a clinch? The answer is no sense.
Well, there it is again, as he's not working once he finds that real estate. A little bit of separation, almost got the left hook to perform well.
Well, if you were expecting the taller, longer Montes to dominate in the jab statistics, you'd be wrong. The shorter Theophane is doing that.
Hands free, guys. Hands free. Stop!
The Englishman and the Mexican come at the end of 2. Teddy sitting just to our left is Delvin Rodriguez, of course, veteran fighter who is calling the fights for ESPN Deportes. He knows Ashley Theophane because in a questionable decision that we broadcast back in July of 2010, Delvin lost a 10-round majority decision to the man who's in the ring, the fight he's now broadcasting, Ashley Theophane.
Yeah, I thought it was forget about questionable, I just thought it was a bad decision. Delvin won that night, at least in my estimation.
Round 3 here. Theophane, an 11-year pro. He's fought 28 times back home in England, but now calls Vegas right here home as we are at the Palms Casino Resort, setting the stage for Mayweather and Pacquiao.
Yeah, as you said, Theophane, most of his fights in England, and for Montes, most of his fights in Mexico. This is only Montes' 3rd fight in the United States.
Stop!
Game plan for Theophane, take what's given him. You got a tall, thin guy coming at you, and he's not coming behind the jab, he's just walking in. Do that. Beat him to the punch, pick him off, move a little bit, and then when he comes at you in a predictable manner, pot shot a little bit more.
Good job by Theophane to keep throwing after that initial combination that time, because it was the last two that got something done. There's that jab that he's had success with.
That's the benefit for you young fighters out there. Of combination punching. The first one or two doesn't land, third and fourth may. Kind of like the mantra that we were brought up with. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Good body work that time by Theophane. Then he came upstairs with the right hand.
Again, nothing complicated. Little jabbing, little bit of movement, and Theophane just takes what is presented to him. He's got a very accommodating Montes in front of him, who's just walking in, giving him a target. By the way, Montes not cutting the ring down, so Theophane allowed to do this, escape off to the side.
Circling to his left, and then finding Montes as he comes straight in time and time again. And there's that up jab as he took that step forward. That time a feint that it easily drew him in.
And there's the shorter man proving once again, height has nothing to do without jabbing somebody.
And now Montes
at the right time.
Trying to pressure a little bit on the ropes, but once again, Theophane able to get out the side door and find success. That was a left hand to the belt line from Montes here as we come to the end of round number 3, and good action to close it out. Stay with us, more to come. Another well-formed Pacquiao pick before the night's over, from what I understand of who I've been working with all week long. I like listening to Brian Campbell. I think he does an outstanding job. He did a podcast this week. It was very, very thorough and a great examination of all the possibilities that we could see come Saturday night. Round number 4 here, Theophane and Montes. We will continue all night long with Mayweather-Pacquiao predictions.
You know, I commented the last round how the shorter man is out jabbing the taller man, and for all those young, aspiring boxers out there, lesson learned, hopefully. You don't have to be tall to out jab someone. You just have to jab at the right distance, the right time. Sometimes move your head, take away the taller guy's height. Mike Tyson is a good example of it. I mean, and there's
CompuBox proves it, right?
There. Yeah,
104 to 27 thrown, 29 to 4 landed for Theophane.
When Tyson was Tyson,
yep,
he used to fight everybody taller than him and out jab just about everyone.
Which belies his physical stature, and to look at him, you wouldn't think that's the case. You know, you talk about young and aspiring boxers, Teddy, and I couldn't help but wonder this week as I watched you on SportsCenter and every show and every radio station and all the mainstream attention that the sport has received and getting all the eyeballs this week. Is there going to be a bounce coming off of this week of young guys, perhaps in some urban settings where there are more boxing gyms, that say, wow, look at that, that's the big time. This thing was covered more than the NFL on this given week. I want a piece of that. Do you think there's going to be a Mayweather-Pacquiao bounce for youngsters who do aspire to give the sport a shot after this week?
There's no doubt about it. That's actually a very good question and observation on your part. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Matter of fact, when you talk to some of the contemporary fighters now, and even some of the fighters that aren't contemporary, and you say, what got you into boxing? They'll point out a specific fight.
We hear it all the time.
All the time. Well, it was Zaire. It was Ali and Foreman and Zaire. I saw that fight, and I decided I want to be a fighter. It was Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. I saw that fight. I decided I wanted to be a fighter. Believe me, there's going to be plenty of young, possible future fighters that are going to be looking at this weekend, looking at this fight, as you just said, and saying, you know what? I want to do that.
And with this fight getting the attention it has, there's been a great examination as to where boxing is. I've read some good articles that talk about, obviously, the draw of football and basketball and college scholarships through the years and opportunities to raise yourself up out of a better situation. But this is now interesting when it comes to the mainstream exposure. It's a good question to put forth. And as we are in the final moments here of round number 4, good steady work from Theophane, and now coming forward Montes once again. Our co-feature here on a special Thursday edition of Friday Night Fights from Vegas Mayweather-Pacquiao Week. Yep, round number 5 is on our way here. on Friday Night Fights, presented by Corona Extra. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas with you here ringside calling the action. Todd Grisham, Bernardo Osuna with us here at the Palms Casino Resort. Scheduled 10-rounder between Montes and Theophane. Mahonri Montes. I mentioned an Egyptian first name. You know, Bernardo was with him earlier. He said, what's the backstory on that name? And the answer was fascinating. He said it translates in Egyptian as a man who holds a secret. A man who holds a secret. Well, hopefully he'll hold the answer to slowing down Theophane here for his sake.
They better stop keeping it a secret. I got him behind 3-1. He's coming on the last round, though, and it seems like he's picking up where he left off from that last round. Montes definitely getting some little energy going.
Facebook viewers at home see it the same way you do. You can go to Facebook in the Friday Night Fight page or go to fnfvote.com to join in. At any point, you can join in throughout the night to score along with Teddy.
Theophane has fought the better opposition in his career. One of the reasons why he's the favorite here, and maybe why he's leading 3-1, at least on my scorecard and the fan scorecard. Theophane has been penalized in his career for low blows. Not yet, though.
Body shot from Montes again. As he continues to take those forward steps. Now Theophane in the corner. Left uppercut came after that body punch that hit the elbow.
Montes coming on now, but not staying in the pocket.
There's an opportunity right there. You got to make the most of it. Instead, Theophane escapes. There's a right hand over the top. Uppercut by Theophane.
Looks like the pressure game is the plan, obviously, for Montes, but why does he do that? Why does he allow or even initiate a clinch? If you're going to play the pressure game, that means you're coming forward. When you get in there, that means you're supposed to work, not stop working. One thing I don't like about Montes, I like the way he's picked up his game the last 2 rounds and what he's doing here this round. But again, when he gets inside, I don't like the fact that he does that he goes back out. You're having good work on the inside, stay there.
That overhand punch he shook off. And now tripling up the jab is Theophane.
Joe, that's one of the reasons why I think Montes, even though he's the taller guy, when he gets inside, he should stay there. Because when he's inside, there's no jab coming from Theophane, obviously. No room for a jab. But then he lets him get outside and lets that jab of Theophane take over, like it is right now. You use a decoy punch, a throwaway punch. That's what Theophane does with that left hand, and then it sets up the right hand. Throwaway punch just to blur his vision, distract him a little bit, and allow for an opening for the right. In other words, a little bit of sweet science at work.
There's a right hand that came from Theophane.
Oh, you saw the pressure of Montes the last couple rounds, but the incomplete pressure, there's a warning for a low blow there by the referee to Montes. Incomplete pressure, he gets in, and then he goes out again.
One-two from Theophane, just a glancing blow that time. Some swelling around the eyes of Montes.
I'm in the corner of Montes. By now I've noticed that the main problem that my man has had is with the jab of Theophane. That's all I need to know. Stay close where he can't jab. There's the jab again. There's distance, there's range given to Theophane, and there's jabs. Successful jabs. Some swelling over in the corner, left eye of Montes. Again, we said it early, he's been cut a couple times there.
Some blood now coming from the nose of Montes.
Go. Stop. Stop.
You know, there's just certain words that are not in people's vocabulary, Joe.
Yeah.
Certain punches that are not in their resume, in their choice of punches or their assortment of punches. It seems like Montes doesn't really have a jab in his resume of punches. If he does, he doesn't use it much.
Awkward angle that time, throwing that right hand. No, Floyd Money Mayweather going up against Manny Pacquiao, the eight different weight class world champion Manny Pacquiao. That is coming your way Saturday on pay-per-view. We will have continuing coverage as we preview that fight right here on this special edition of Friday Night Fights. You'll see Teddy all day tomorrow on SportsCenter, as well as full coverage on ESPN of the weigh-in, and then pre-fight and post-fight coverage all Saturday night long. Teddy, we're going to be quite busy.
Yes, we are.
Right now, Theophane a little busier to open up this 7th round against Montes. Let's take a look at both scorecards. We'll start with Teddy's 59-55 for the London native, and the Facebook viewers have it 5 rounds to 1. Montes to the inside.
No bugs on the windshield from Montes, as I like to say. In other words, when you're fighting a guy who's outside moving and trying to pick you off like Theophane is, you should put bugs on his windshield as you come in, where you blur his vision a little bit with that jab. But for the most part, Montes does not do that. Although he's jabbing there a little bit.
There was a jab there. Didn't back it up with anything. Instead threw a right hand. Here he comes with a lead right.
Funny thing about Montes, when he does use the jab selectively in spots, it's effective. Just does not use it enough. It was effective just there. There's a long, thin body to Montes. And a moment ago, Theophane finally went there a little bit.
Now he scores up top.
If I'm in the corner, I'm telling Theophane, you want to slow this guy down? He keeps coming forward. That's his game. That's his only help, his only hope. Put a little water in his basement. Bang that skinny body. That just might take a little off of his charge. That moment there where Theophane did decide to work inside, you could see him being a bigger guy. You could see that strength for a second.
Time!
Ashley Theophane and Mahonri Montes in round number 8. Our opening bout, co-feature here from Vegas. Live from the Palms. 2 nights away from Mayweather and Pacquiao over at the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
You know, I think Theophane has noticed what we noticed the last couple rounds. There is a skinny body in front of him.
He put a left hand to the body to open up that last combination, then the right hand up top. We'll see if he goes back there.
Again, when you got a guy coming at you and you haven't really affected him, you've landed, you've scored to the head, but you haven't slowed him down to the head a lot. You go down to the body, that can slow him down.
Some bruising on the right side of the face of Montes, where that jab has been landing.
Again, no jab coming at the shorter Theophane for the most part. No bugs on his windshield, clear vision. He pot shots on the outside. He picks his spots, does what he wants.
No, stop.
Why not? No jab stopping him. And no cutting the ring down again by Montes.
Up, arriba, get him up.
And Theophane always moving to his left, predictably.
And yet, Montes can't capitalize and do something about it.
Oh, what Montes should do when he's pursuing Theophane is anticipate him moving to his left, which is to Montes' right, and then just step over.
Yeah, take an angle there.
Yeah, and greet him with the right hand, which he did land the right hand that moment. Montes getting outworked here, but trying to wear down, again, the 9-year elder, Theophane. And you know what? He is wearing him down a little bit. A little bit. But he's getting late in the night.
At 8 o'clock, we're going to get you set for the big pay-per-view, and then Teddy and I will bring it home after the fight, which is going to be really interesting, Teddy, to have all the post-fight coverage and put a bow on things. Round number 9 here of our co-feature, scheduled for 10. Script continues to be the same. Montes predictably coming forward, Theophane jabbing and circling to his left and pot-shotting, and you say in control, Teddy.
Yeah, I say in control, but I say that Montes making the older 34-year-old, to be exact. Theophane work a little bit the last couple rounds. I just think he might have gotten that engine going a little too late. We'll see. One thing I did notice that even though Montes is being outworked the last few rounds, again, as he's been most of the night by Theophane, Montes been landing good right hands, clean right hands. There goes another one. Not as clean. He's found a home or confidence Montes has for the right hand. If I'm in the corner, I'm telling him, okay, that's good. You feeling good about that right hand? We need it. Keep landing it, but put a left hook with it. 2 is better than 1. Well, as I said, Montes really making Theophane work. Matter of fact, if, and of course, it's a big if because it's not true, but if this fight was a couple rounds longer, Montes might have something going for him. I just think he started this a little late.
Right hand from Theophane.
And again, Montes helps himself so much when he presses behind the jab instead of just walking in. Makes it much, like that, makes it much easier when he jabs his way in. It takes away what Theophane is trying to chuck at him. No jab for Montes, just walking in, so he eats the right hand.
Coming to the end of 9. Good action here to close out this 9th round as Teddy gives us his fight plan for Mayweather and Pacquiao.
All right, now how does Mayweather stay unbeaten and continue to cash those winning checks? Well, do what got him here. Counterpunch against Pacquiao. Southpaw, power in his left hand. Pacquiao reaches in with the left hand, bang, right hand, counter right there. Or make him jump in a little bit, so bang. Either way, you do that, Mayweather goes to the bank once again and gets more of this. All right, now how does Pacquiao send Money Mayweather to the poorhouse? Steal his credit cards? I got a better way. How about counterpunching the counterpuncher? Mayweather, great counterpuncher. He's going to try to get Pacquiao, the southpaw, to reach in a little bit. He reaches in, he counters. So what do? Well, you fool him a little bit. You feint him, get him to go too, so bang! He counterpunch the counterpuncher. You do that, Pacquiao's going to the cashier's window, not Floyd.
You've done a great job, Teddy, all week long of breaking down that fight every which way. Mayweather and Pacquiao, as we have.
Talking about breaking down, Montes the last few rounds has done a good job of trying to break down Theophane. He's breaking him down a little bit. I just think he's going to run out of time. But this last round is going to be interesting.
Snapped his head back that time to Theophane. Montes looking a little more comfortable on the inside, just trying to make it rugged as Theophane tries to meet him a bit.
See, this is where, again, Montes works like a son gun to get in there. He's got to keep working when he gets in there. Don't go out, don't tie up, don't allow tie-ups. Keep working. And for the most part, he's doing a better job of that the last couple rounds. Early rounds, he was allowing Theophane to tie him up on the inside.
Just comes squared in right in the front door and doesn't make much of it.
This is a grind you out, blue collar, tough fight.
Shoulder to shoulder they are now on the inside, and there's a left hand that scored when he was squared up.
The mission of Montes started a few rounds ago. Wear down, break down Theophane. He's getting closer to it. He's got 1:30 to fulfill it, to accomplish the mission. Guarantee you, this 34-year-old Theophane, the way this fight started the first few rounds, Joe, he didn't expect to have to work this hard.
Just ate a right hand. Now pushing back Montes a little bit. The sweeping left hand, there wasn't much on it as both men opened up for a moment.
A good solid fight and a real solid finish.
Good action here in this final round as they look to take it home in these last 45 seconds. Squared up, uppercut with the left hand. Oh, good combination that time by Theophane, and Montes' reaction is to come straight at him. Last half minute. Good effort being put forth by both men here, and it goes down! He scores the knockdown!
Mission accomplished.
5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. No.
Knockdown scored in the final minute of the final round as Montes came on so strong, but was it too late? Great effort to close out our co-feature here on this special Thursday edition of Friday Night Fights Mayweather-Pacquiao Week.
Yes, it is, up top of that roof.
Hey, had some great action in that final round. There's the knockdown score.
Well, we're going to get another look at it, I hope, because this is what I was talking about earlier in the night. Never lead with a left hook in front. Theophane leads with the left hook, doesn't cover with the left. And as he's throwing the right hand, the straight right hand of Theophane does the job, puts him down. As I was saying during the last 3-4 rounds, Montes getting what he wanted, breaking down Theophane, wearing him down. I was just worried he was going to run out of time. I think he ran out of time. He almost got it done. Not quite.
All right, let's find out which way it went here. And for that, we go up to Jake Gutierrez. Apologize for the audio difficulties here as the ring announcer Mike failed to operate properly.
Well, they always make fighters have 2 mouthpieces in the corner in case one gets lost.
Check.
Well, we have 2 mics here in case one's not working. And he's got the replacement mic now. We should be in business.
Check. Check.
Okay, here we go.
Check, 1, 2.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Judge Adelaide Bird scored this bout 96-93 in favor of Theophane. Judge Robert Hoyle scores about 96-93 in favor of Montes. And Judge Tim Cheatham scores about 96-93 for the winner by split decision, Ashley Treasure Theophane.
Ashley Theophane with a split decision win. That's his 3rd split decision in the last 4 fights. But you could see the forward aggression of Montes was rewarded by Adelaide